Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. And today's episode is part of our little, as we now film everything in sets of 3. This one is devoted towards the dealing side of things. The last video was about come bets. We're going to talk about don't come bets this time around. When it comes to the exclusive for our patrons videos, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do yet. I don't think we'll do any live rolls. I'm probably going to post up some of the more common drills when I used to teach how to deal dice for a dealing school. I had some drills that I would run the students through to learn the procedures and learn proper ways of paying the don't comes. So I'm not sure yet exactly what I'm going to put there. But if you guys are interested in those exclusive videos for our patrons, just check the description of the video down below. Now, with the don't comes, first I want to go over some of the common mistakes that I see with the don't comes. All right, the first common mistake I see, let's say we have 2 players playing the don'ts. I'll just say they have 2 each for right now. Keep it simple. Okay, the first and I will say the least common mistake. I do see this. I probably see this once a month. Somebody does that. I like to give the benefit of the doubt and just say they're spacing out. But the first mistake that I will see is when a dealer pays both of the players at the same time. By procedure, you pay one person at a time. You pay all of their don't comes, and then you hand them off. Then you move on to the next player. So occasionally I will see a dealer that will go, okay, that, there we go. And then stack it all up and hand it off to the 2 players. That is wrong. Absolutely wrong. We pay one person at a time. The second thing that I see done wrong fairly often is paying out of order. And there's 2 actual ways that they can pay out of order. Let me go ahead and add a third to this. Third number to it. Now, there's 2 orders that occur with the don't comes. And that is who you pay and what numbers you pay. Now the first thing, the most important thing, is who you pay. Unlike most bets where we start off with closest to the stick and then work our way around towards the dealer, when it comes to the don't comes, we actually go in the opposite order. We start closest to us and then move our way around to the stick person. Now why is that? The reason for that is a game protection thing. Almost all game protection stuff on blackjack, baccarat, craps, pie, everything it's to prevent, firstly to prevent cheating, secondly to prevent mistakes, right? So and it's not so much that we worry about cheating as we worry about the potential of the cheating. Now, when it comes to the don't comes, these are in a dealer controlled area. Players should never reach in this area, ever. Now, we do have to correct a lot of players on that. Now, if a player wanted to cheat, let's say the 7 outcomes. So while we're over here taking the losing bets, let's say a player wanted to add to their winning bet back here. Which player would most easily be able to do that? Which player would most easily be able to sneak something into their bets over here? The one standing closest to the dealer. So let's pay that person first. Let's get all of that person's bets out of the way immediately. Second factor involved in that is what numbers could they reach first? Easiest. What is the easiest number that they could cap their bets on? The number closest to them. Now, I'm not going to say the 10 because on the other side of the table it would be the 4. It's the number closest to them. So therefore, we will also pay the number furthest away from the box, who's over there, all right, furthest away from the box, in towards the box. 2 reasons for that also. 1, so that we've paid out the number that the player could most easily change. So by the time we move on, if the player tries to say, hey, you paid me wrong, and tries to cap their bet and say, hey, you paid me wrong, well, the box watched the dealer pay it. And will say, no, I watched him pay it. he paid you correctly. And then we know the player tried to cheat, right? Because the box saw the original bet and watched it be paid. Secondly, if we went the other direction, if we started over here to pay and then went this way, the dealer's arms are now blocking the box's view of all these numbers. So now, yes, the player could actually attempt to cap their bet and nobody would know because that bet is being blocked visually by the dealer. So we start over here. So by the time we're blocking the view of a bet, it's already been paid and verified by the box who watched it being paid. Okay? So we always start with the player closest to the dealer, and we always start with the number furthest away from the box. So if I were to pay this, the 7-out were to occur. Well, since this is 5 checks or more, we actually have to break it down, right? So 30 would pay 15, plus we've got the $10 flat bet. Right? And now I move on to any other bets that this player may have as I continue to sweep down. They don't have a 9, but we come over here. They do have an 8, so I'm going to pay that. Then over here, they do have a 5. This is only 5 checks high, so I wouldn't need to break it down, although since it's 2 colors, you most definitely could. Okay, so 21 pays 14, so I'm going to pay 15 for 1, and then pay the flat bet. So then I would clear my hands, and I'm clearing my hands to show that I am not in collusion with the player, that I don't happen to have a couple of checks in my hand as I go to stack up their bets. I'm not trying to add anything to their bets. So now I will stack up all their bets, right? Now they are no 5, and they are no 10. Now, another common thing that I see dealers do is they don't come through the don't come. This isn't super common. Most dealers still do this properly, but some will go straight out to the player, wherever that player may be. Since the player is right next to me, it's not that big of a deal. Pretty much have to go through the don't come. But by procedure, you always go through the don't come. Always. You should also hand off the bets. Now, there are some dealers and some boxmen that will say, well, since we don't hand off come bets, which are self-service into the come, we shouldn't hand off don't come bets that are self-service into the don't come. There's a yes and no to that, definitely. So most schools will teach to hand it off to the players, and most boxmen and supervisors will expect it to be handed off to the player. So now that I have paid that player closest to me, now I move on. Now I only have one other I actually completely missed this one. No 8. And then hand that one off as well. Don't know how I missed that. Does happen, especially when you have a lot of players. I've had 5 don't come players. These boxes are not big enough to hold 5 players, so you got to get a little creative with that to be able to remember who's got what bets as well. So now that I move on to the next player, theirs are very easy because they're all abridged. So since they're all abridged, all I have to do is size in twice. Then we stack everything up. Then no 5, no 8, no 10, and I hand it off to the player. I don't leave it in the don't come. Now, how do I know when something is a bridge? For the most part, with a few exceptions that deal just with the colors, and really once you've been dealing for a while, nobody actually corrects you on that either. Something is a bridge when the lay and the flat bet pay the same. For instance, you've got a $10 flat bet on the 8, okay? And they say, I want to lay 12 bucks. Okay, so I could heel that off. So I've got a $12 lay. Right. So what does a $10 flat bet pay? Well, it always pays even money, so it pays 10 bucks. What does a $12 lay pay? Well, coincidentally enough, it pays 10 bucks. So if they both pay the same, I can bridge it. By bridging it, that means that I know all I have to do is size it twice. I don't have to do any math once the 7 out comes. I already did my math when I verified that it's a bridge. Once I verify that it's a bridge and I set it up as a bridge, I don't need to do any math anymore. Nice and simple. Now look at the 5 and 9. Let's say I have a $15 flat bet on the 5 and 9, or on the 9. Okay, could that be a bridge? Absolutely not. Since it pays 2 for every 3, there is no way to do a lay that will pay $15. Right? $22.50 lay is just not going to happen. So in order for it to be a bridge on the 5 and 9, it has to be even. Now, if it's even, it depends. They have a $20 flat bet. If they give me a $30 lay, 30 pays 20, but I can't bridge this. It's not possible. But I can bridge it if they give it to me all in red. That would be a bridge. Right? The 4 and the 10 are even easier since it pays half once the lay occurs. It's very, very simple to figure out if it's a bridge or not. One interesting thing that I do see some dealers do, I can't say for sure that whether or not I'm a huge fan of it, but it does work, is if you've got a bridge on the 4 and 10 and it's all one color, you could just size in to the bridge itself. It works. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does work. Okay. Now let me show you what's not a bridge. Let's say I've got a $30 flat bet, and they give me $60 lay, right? No, I can't do this as a bridge. It just doesn't work. You can't size in twice with 2 different colors like that. It just doesn't work. So that one would have to be properly healed off. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, also please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so Also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.